I have a question for some black men, because I know it's not all, so don't come for me saying she said all. I never said that. But I do have a question for some, specifically the black men who choose to date white women, because that is where I have seen it the most. But I was about to go into the store, right? There was a black man there. He was with a white woman. You could tell they were together. Okay. As I'm getting ready to come into the establishment, I'm right behind him. He holds the door for me. I said, thank you. He said, oh, you're very welcome. Okay. There was a black lady right behind me. He let that door go and slam in her face. And I looked and I even said to him, I said, oh, that was very rude. And he said, what happened? I held the door for you. I said, yes, you did. I said, but why did you let it slam in her face? And he just kind of smirked and walked off. I have noticed that a lot of black men that specifically date white women like to treat black women horribly. And I will never understand that shit. I do not give a damn who you choose to date. You can date whatever fucking race of people you want to date. I don't give a damn. But why must you treat black women so horribly when you choose to date outside of your race? And I have seen this more than once, so don't tell me that was just him, because it's not. I have witnessed it, that when a black man chooses to date another race, he chooses to treat black women like trash. And that's the most ignorant shit I have ever seen in my life. I will never understand that. You have a right. You can have your preference. You can date whoever the fuck you want to date. This is a free country. Nobody said that. You can love whoever you want to love, but why must you just treat black women horribly when you choose to do that? That is the most insane thought process I have ever heard of. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I was dating a black man that specifically treated black women horribly, that specifically just degraded black women, talked down on them, that would be an automatic deal breaker for me, because why? Your mother is black. Your sisters, if you have them, are black. Your grandmother is like, why would you do that? Just because you choose to date outside of your race never, ever, ever gives you the right to degrade black women. It's the most disgusting behavior I have ever seen, and I have seen it so many times, and I would love for someone to tell me why. Why do you do that? It's just sickening. Like, I just can't. I would say good day, but that just pissed me off, so whatever.
So I wanted to just cover off this video before, because this is not an uncommon complaint that black men who date out go out of their way to lambaste, insult, degrade, and just speak down against black women. I mean, take, for example, the viral stories of Kelvin Osborne and then Christian Obamuseli, two black men who had history of insulting black women in public, being very, very open and candid about their disdain for black women, who ultimately ended up deleted and unalived by their white girlfriend. So this is just like a classic complaint that black people have, that black men who date out do so because they hate themselves, they hate their mama, and because they want to do whatever they can to basically talk against black women. So hearing this out of the voice of a white woman, I'm like, okay, so are you really seeing this, or do you have black girlfriends and they're bigging you up? Like, what is this really about? But what I wanted to do is look at some of the comment section here. Okay, so the first one here, it says, you are literally the only white woman I've heard talk about this. Thanks, sis. So this must be a black woman who's bigging her up. Another one here says they think they now have white privilege. Yeah, I don't know about that. This one says he hates his mama and himself. This one, period. And if a black man made this video, black men will be in the comments turning her every way of loose. However, when a white woman asks, the black men are MIA in the comments. This one says they mad at their mama and take their childhood bitterness out on us. He hates his mama, right? So this one here, Malcolm X said it best. Who taught you to hate yourself? Malcolm X. Y'all, okay, here's the thing. Now, here's the thing that I have to say about this stuff. Because nobody likes a self-hating person. No black man or black woman likes anybody in the community who goes out of their way to just insult the black community for no reason, right? Like, nobody likes that. But the problem I have right here when it comes to these conversations of who was more self-hating and who was more degenerate and who is more of a raccoon, if you will, is that like we're not talking about people who are by and large nationalistic. Black women in America are not nationalist at all, except when it comes to policing Black men's dating preferences and when it comes to colorism, featureism, texturism, right? Like trying to control the narration behind the beauty standards. Outside of that, Black women have no nationalistic tendencies. That is to say, they are not about trying to build a better Black reality. They are not about trying to support or big up men who have that mentality. I don't see Black women going out of the way talking about what's going on with the Sahel States Alliance or Ibrahim Traore. A lot of the different movement we see coming out of the continent and the diaspora of Black people, of Black folks rallying together to try to build a better reality. Like, I don't see them talking about that. I don't see them supporting those men who are about that in the grassroots level. I don't really see that. At best, you may see some ladies talk about reparations, but that's just really because some of these ladies just want to check. It's not because they really care about institutional change or actually restoring and repairing that which was broken down in the Black community, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, on all levels. So to me, we're not talking about a group of women who are inherently nationalistic. Like, that's not the values that have been imparted to us. Many are more about assimilation into white culture. At best, you may have a Dr. Umar Johnson, but he's more of a comedian, but he's considered more of a comedian and an entertainer than he really is a community leader, right? So, I mean, like, I'm just saying, by and large, Black women are not really nationalistic like that. So, when we have these standards about like, oh, they hate their mama, they're bringing up Malcolm X and then like trying to act like they're pro-Black. It's like, like, y'all are the same ladies who will use this as a reason to promote swirly and to promote dating outside of your race. So like, let's just be consistent here, right? And of course, yeah, I'm not gonna say this is every Black woman. I'm just saying like the Black American mentality, like it's more about assimilation. It's more about like getting in to fit in. It's more about how to be comfortable in this current system and how to be comfortable in white society more than it is like trying to build your own reality. That's really what Black feminism was about. Black feminism, which impacted all aspects of the Black community, was about Black women assimilating, was about Black women finding a place to assimilate and have a more comfortable place in the current society versus building a reality or society that was unique to them. So I'm just saying, like, these conversations, they become very circular and they don't really lead anywhere because I don't think we're really coming with like honest intentions. It would be one thing if the Black community at large had a large subset of women who were openly nationalistic, or put another way, who had a large majority of, or who had a large portion of women who were really dedicated to either helping to build a better Black reality for Black men and women, for Black family, or who wanted to support men who were about doing that. Like, if we really had that, if we really saw that the way we see in other nations, then this actually might be more of a legitimate conversation. But outside of that, because a lot of these ladies are still the same ones who are maybe mad that Section 8 is ending, right? Maybe mad that they lost their job in a nice corporate plushy place, like may actually be supported, or may be Black feminists or supporters of Black feminism, like basically may be supporters of assimilation, then based upon that metric, it's like this to me just becomes another reason and excuse to support and promote divesting and swirling. Because the same ladies who are going to sit up here and say, see, they hate their mama, are going to say, because they hate their mama, I therefore have no reason, I therefore have to go and divest, or somebody who's going to like me, I have to go where I'm loved, I have to go where I'm appreciated, not just tolerated. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to use this as a reason to go swirl. Because that's what we've seen them do. That's where the whole Black men are in prison, they're gay, they're snow bunny. Like, it all comes from this idea that Black men are self-hating. So here's the thing. We all know there are self-hating Black men. I am not denying that. There obviously is. I am just saying, like, do Black American women specifically, can they really be the moral police? Do they have the moral standing to police Black men's dating standards? Like, are they themselves without fault, or is there also self-hatred that is rampant among Black women and they're doing the exact same thing? I would argue that is both. I've argued that on both sides you see the self-hatred among different people. That's my thought. But anyways, what y'all think? You let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.